Okay, so you have log base 2 of 6 raised to the 5th power. Notice that the 5 went in where? It went in front of the word log. That's something now you have to know. So if you see a base, if you see an x raised to an exponent, we're going to rewrite that power and we're going to put it in front of log. Okay? If you have a multiplication problem, like 5 times 6, we can rewrite it as an addition problem. You guys, we can also take an addition problem and rewrite it as a multiplication problem. Sometimes that helps us because of what they give us. So remember, there's always something you're expected to know and something that they give you. Okay? Okay. How do you guys feel about that? So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to take these two properties and we're going to apply them. And we're going to use what we know and we're going to use what they give us. Okay, so there's two things. So they are giving us log base 4 of 3 equals 0.7925. So that means somewhere in this problem, I have to use log 4 base 3 and get it to equal to 0.7925. So I'm going to use log base 4 3. The difference between what we were doing and what we're doing now is that we cannot write this problem like this. I mean, we can, but there's no way to rewrite 192 as any type of base. 2 doesn't equal 2 to something doesn't equal 192. Okay? And the problem also is they're giving us this. That means that's what we have to use. Okay. So if they're giving us that, then maybe that means 3 goes into 192. Well, how did you know that? Because if I just look at this, then I know I need a log base 4 of 3. So let's test 3. So in your calculators, do 192 divided by 3. What is it? So that means we can write it as log base 4, 64 times 3. Now, Miss Fleury, how did you know that? What made you do that? Because in my head, I knew somewhere I'm going to have to write, somewhere in my problem, I'm going to have to write log base 4 of 3. And the only way I can do that is if it's an addition problem. And to go to an addition problem, I have to have a multiplication problem. Okay, so now we just learned the product property, which means if I have a multiplication problem, I can rewrite it as an addition problem. So log base 4 of 64 plus log base 4 of 3. But I know what you're thinking. This is not log base 4 of 3. But do we know something about 64? Yep, but remember 8 and 4, they don't mix. What mixes with 4? 4. How many 4s does it take to get 64?
3.
Okay, what questions do you have right now? So I wrote 64 as 4 to the 3rd. And I just brought down log 4 of 3. I don't want to get rid of any logs just yet until we get to the end. Okay. I don't like this exponent. What did we just learn about exponents? Where do the exponents go? In front of log. Okay. Okay, so they gave us something to use, which was 3, so that's why we use the 3. We know that we can take our multiplication problem and write it as an addition. We know that we can rewrite 64 as 4 to the 3rd. we know that this exponent goes in front of the 3. What do we know about log base 4 of 4? What did we just learn about that? Log 4 of 4 equals 1. So this becomes 3 times 1. 3 times log base 4 of 4. Log base 4 of 4 is 1. And what does log base 4 of 3 become? What did they give us? They gave us something to use. What are we going to use?
3.
What is log base 4 of 3 equal?
0.79.
That was the whole reason that we wrote that, because they gave us that to use. You guys, if they give you something to use, you're not just going to ignore it. You have to use it. Now, what is 3 times 1 plus 0.7925? 3.7925, and that's our answer. Again, I just said that I'm going to have log 4 of 3. I have to have that. So I'm like, okay, in order to have that, I'm going to see if 3 goes into 192. It did. Perfect. And then I broke it up. Sometimes, you guys, you have to go a little bit deeper in order to get the answer.